a few clicks south of the repeater in beautiful Denmark Township. Before I go any further, is there anyone that needs this repeater for emergency or priority traffic? Right, nothing heard. If anybody does need the repeater for emergency or priority traffic, please break in at any time with break and your call sign, and we will concede the repeater for the duration of your emergency. Again, this is the Wednesday Night Joke Net here on the 146-895 repeater. This isn't directed net, and all traffic should go through net control. Everyone with a valid amateur radio license is encouraged to participate, and everybody listening on scanners or just huddling around the radio, we appreciate you being here too, and especially our YouTube followers, since we have those now. All right, this net meets every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. on this repeater, and the purpose of this net is to have fun making each other laugh, coming up with crazy punchlines for this week's joke. This is a 3-round net, and we've got a great discussion topic for you tonight, so please stick around or you may miss something. Before I go down the list of regular check-ins, let me just say the repeater is owned and operated by Tom, NHCT, and it is available for public use. You can get to this repeater via Echolink, and the node for that is W8IJC-L. This repeater does have a standard offset and a PL tone of 141.3. Please treat the repeater like it's got a 2-minute timeout and allow for clean breaks between transmissions. Other than that, we are good to go. Let me take a quick break for time, and we'll go down the list of regular check-ins, and we will see who all is here this evening. Right, well, let's start right at the top of the list. As always, we call out for Sonny, KD8 LHR. Are you with us this evening? Haven't heard him on the radio in a little while, but maybe he is out at work, so hopefully everything's going okay with him. Wishing him luck out on the highway there. All right, next on my list is Jeff, KC8 LAR. Are you with us tonight?
I'm just going to be in and out tonight. I got some things going on. Back to net.
All right, KC8 LAR. Jeff, good to have you with us tonight. Thank you for the in and out. We'll put you down. Next on the list is Wayne, Alpha Charlie 8, Yankee Juliet.
Good evening, everybody. Alpha Charlie 8, Yankee Juliet.
All right, Wayne, thank you for being here this evening. Appreciate it. Next on my list, we've got Jim, KE8 LFR. Well, nothing heard there. He's probably busy under a car. All right, next on my list is Dan, N8DRL. Nothing heard. Well, it is a beautiful evening, and he's probably out doing something, getting ready, the campground ready down there, and hopefully he'll check in a little later on. Let's try Chris, KE8 YQL. Hey, well, we'll reach out to Ron, KC8 RJO. Everybody must be enjoying this nice weather. All right, let's try Doug, AK8DF. Are you with us tonight? All right, well, nobody from the Geneva crew this evening. That's okay. We'll try, maybe we'll try Drew, Alpha 8 Delta Lima.
Double A8, DL, representing Geneva.
All right, Drew, you got a little hum in your signal there, but you are copyable, so just letting you know there. Thank you for being here with us tonight. We'll reach out to N3 EVT. Jerry, are you with us this evening?
Yes, Nemo I am, and for accounting purposes, I'd like to say MASH.
All right, very good. Thank you, Jerry, and we'll get that locked in there for you. Next on the list is we've got must be out painting the roses red. Hopefully she's having a good time out at the rose meeting. I think that's where she's at today. All right, we'll try Dave, K8TIE. Are you with us tonight?
W8IJC link. I'm getting you in here on it. I have decided that this laptop was made for company offices so that nobody could turn it up loud enough to bother the next office over in the cubicle war maps. KTIA back to KE8, PVL, and the Wednesday night joke net.
All right, Dad, we got you locked in there. Thanks for being here tonight. Appreciate you. All right, next on the list is Raymond, KC8 GSL. Are you with us tonight, sir? Right, well, maybe he's taking a long walk out on the beach with the new girl, or maybe he took the dog for a walk. All right, we'll try Ken, KE8YBN. Ken, are you with us this evening?
Well, I heard you call for a KEAYBN. A lot of static here tonight for some reason. Fix that.
All right, Ken. Yeah, there's been some static on my mobile most of the day, so I feel you on that. We've had some pretty interesting band conditions even on the 2-meter side there. All right, next on my list is KE8DNF. Joe, are you with us this evening?
Yes, KE8DNF is here and accounted for.
Nothing heard there. Let's try Andrew, W8IJC.
Hey Nemo, I'm here. I was on the wrong frequency. KE8DNF.
All right, KE8DNF. Joe, I got you locked in. Thanks for being here tonight. Appreciate that. Let's also reach out to Frank, KE8ZHH. Right, no KE8ZHH tonight. No weather, no solar report this evening. Well, that's okay. We'll be looking forward to hearing from them pretty soon. That's the list as I have it of our regular check-ins. Is there anybody I missed? Anybody that wants to check in before we get started with the Wednesday Night Joke Net? Nothing heard, so let's get into this week's joke. This week's joke is, how can you tell a dogwood tree? How can you tell a dogwood tree? And we'll have to pull random, so we'll go to, we'll start with Joe. Joe, good to have you with us tonight, KE8DNF. And how do you tell a dogwood tree?
Well, Nemo, that's a stumper there. Honestly, I don't know. I don't even know an answer to that one. You got me stumped there, Nemo. KE8DNF.
All right, one stumper, 3. I'm out of the park. All right, next on the list here is Wayne. We'll go up to Wayne there, Alpha Charlie 8, Yankee Juliet. And how do you tell a dogwood tree?
Was that how do you tell a dogwood tree?
Yes, sir. Very specifically, how do you tell a tree is a dogwood tree?
Bark.
back with that one more time so I can make sure I got the phonetics correct.
By the bark.
All right, very good. I'll get that answer locked in for you. And now we go down to Drew, A88DL. That's a tongue twister call sign, man. But how do you tell a dogwood tree?
I was going to say bark, and I'm trying to come up with something other than bark, but I can't come up with anything other than bark, so I'm going to say bark. Hey, yell back to that.
All right, we've got 2 for bark. Appreciate that answer. Next on the list, Jerry N3EVT. How do you tell a dogwood tree?
Well, I think the answer works on 2 levels, and it is by its bark.
All right, that's a wave getting ridden there, the bark wave. All right, K8TIE. How do you tell a dogwood tree?
Yes. Well, you pet it and it wags its tail. KATIE back to net control.
All right, I like that one. You pet it and it wags its tail. All right, we'll go down here to Ken. I hope you can hear us pretty good down there in Andover area. KE8YBN. How do you tell a dogwood tree? All right, Ken. Maybe give it one more shot. I heard bark and branches, and you were just a little bit in the weeds, as it were, around that base of that tree. So come back one more time. We'll try and get you locked in with an answer. Well, band conditions might be just a little bad for him this evening, and I appreciate him giving the for effort. And we'll get into we'll get back to him during the comment round. Hopefully things will change a little bit for him there, and he'll be able to get in tonight. All right, this is KE8PVL with the Wednesday Night Joke Bet. Before I get into the actual answer, is there anybody else that wants to check in? Please call. There was a station in there. Let's give that station another try. Nothing heard. So we'll go ahead and get into the answer. And tonight's joke is, how do you tell a dogwood tree? And the answer that I have is indeed a bark. But K8TIE, if there was a point for originality, and you would be getting it this evening. All right. That's the joke round. So let me get into some announcements, and then we'll get into why everybody's really here. Hey, don't forget the Ashtabula County Ham Fest is coming up July 20th, 2024, over at Pioneer Picnic Grounds, 1809 Middle Road, Pierpont, Ohio. We're going to have a lot of fun stuff going on. There is an official flyer circulating around on the internet and in some physical locations. I'm sure we're still working on getting some of those out. All right, the area's District 10 net, that's for Ashtabula County. Emergency services is every Monday night at 8 p.m. over on the 146715 repeater. That repeater's got negative offset and a PL tone of 141.3. There is also an Echolink node for it, and that's N8CT-L. Reach out over there to the emergency services guys, give them a hand there. Always appreciate some participation. All right, that's announcements as I have it. I'm sure I'm skipping something, I don't know what, but that's all right. We'll get into why everybody's here. Let's start down the list for the comment round. This is KE8PVL and the Wednesday Night Junk Net, and we'll go to Joe. KE8DNF, we'll pull you in the order that I took you for the jokes. Great to have you with us tonight, sir. It's been a couple weeks. How you been doing?
Well, this is KE8DNF. Yeah, I've been extremely busy with everything. That's why I really haven't been on the radio much, and I've been just busy with working on projects around the house and work and all that. So, other than that, I will send it back to you, Nemo. KE8DNF.
All right, Joe, good to have you tonight, man. And great comments. I've been busy as well. I appreciate that. All right, next on the list, we've got Wayne, Alpha Charlie 8, Yankee Juliet. Great to have you with us tonight. And what do you got for us this evening?
Just happy to be home and been busy lately, running around doing 1,000 or 2 things. It's just starting to wind down a little bit. I can't complain. Just happy to be able to sit down and enjoy some radio tonight. Thanks for having that as usual, Nemo. Alpha Charlie 8 back to you. Back control.
Roger that. Well, it is summertime, right around the corner. Official start of summer coming up in another week or so here, and everybody, I'm sure, is busy getting their places together for it or getting ready for it. I know I've been busy. I had just last night after slinging shingles all day, putting them up on a roof, and then I came home and I pounded posts until 11 o'clock at night. So there you go. All right, next on the list is Drew, Alpha 8 Delta Lima. Good to have you with us tonight. Mr. Barkman out there in Geneva, what do you got for us this evening?
Well, the good news is that we're finally turned the corner on this sickness that had a hold of us for a couple weeks. I don't think it's completely gone, but it's mostly gone, so that's wonderful. Still pretty busy with work. Got tons of projects that backed up on me while I was sick. Got a new DMR radio that I have to figure out pretty soon here. I'm excited to get into that side of things. I don't know if anybody here does that or not. If anybody can advise me at all when it's their turn, I'd be happy to hear about it. And I still have this ginormous UHF VHF antenna that I bought in the wintertime, and I was waiting for the nice weather to get hung up. So hopes I'll be getting with some people before too long to do that. Other than that, just glad the seasons are changing. I'm looking forward to it being drier and warmer and having the windows open for a little while before it's I'll send it AA8EL.
All right, Drew. Glad to hear you guys are getting over your sickness there. And as far as the DMR stuff, I would say just talking to Jeff there, he's like really the man on that. I know he's got a DMR repeater going over there in Saybrook, and you ought to be able to hit it from where you're at, I would think. I don't know for sure, but yeah, KC8LAR, Jeff is the guy to talk to on the DMR stuff, I believe. And anybody else who wants to jump in there on that as we go down the list here. All right, N3 EVT, good to have you with us this evening, as always, sir. What do you got for us tonight?
Well, Nemo, it was a pleasant day today, so I was walking around the house thinking antenna installation, and I noticed that my eaves were clogged with some vegetation that was growing, and I thought I would get a ladder and go up there, and then I thought, how many things could go wrong at my age and weight? Back to net control in 3VT.
ID in there, and you know, Jerry, I actually feel your pain on that because I'm not. I know I work a lot of construction. I've been doing roofs for the last 2 years now, and whatever else. But the ladder thing, as much as I go up and down them, every time I go up and down them, I get the willies, the heebie-jeebies, the nervous, whatever it is you want to call it. I'm definitely not a ladder heights guy, and there's been a couple jobs that we've been on that I've said no. I'll just stay on the ground today. Thank you, boss man. All right, fortunately he's
Wi-Fi has its own password. So I think they didn't bother to put that in the PC version, but they demanded in the Android version. It's not quite the same software, but it becomes an interesting thing. And I'm going to have to get my order in for mono to stereo adapter plug and so that I can actually use my headphones, which would probably give me a much louder signal to listen to you with. But other than that, it's been a pretty nice evening and a pretty nice day. I was on the trivia net this morning, and I noticed that you've been contacting a couple of those call signs down there, so that's kind of neat. KE8 OVA and people like that. So it's been kind of a good, diverse day. KATIE, back to KE8 PVA, and the Wednesday night joke night.
All right, very good. Actually, you know, with the Echolink thing, I know for a fact there are some significant differences between the desktop version and the phone version. But you're logging into the same server set with that, so the password for both applications is exactly the same, and it does require one in order to log into either, and it's the same one for both. And yeah, I try and contact those folks over there on the 9.4 machine as often as I can, but I'm not driving to Mentor anymore. I'm actually driving in the completely opposite direction. I've been working out in Girard, PA this past week, so don't get a good chance to get over there and talk to them as often as I'd like. All right, next on the list, we've got, we'll try reaching back out to Andover. Ken, KE8YBN, are you still with us? What do you got for us tonight, sir?
Back to you there, Demo. Yeah, just did the good weather today. Did some lawn care work around the house and did the weed eating and mowing and stuff like that for the next compost we got to get here. Hey, at least we got to throw in more snow. Football, everything, home care stuff. Back to you, Demo. Back to that. KV3ITJ.
All right, Ken, good to have you with us. Good copy on all of that. Your signal was much better there, and yeah, enjoying the evening. KB3ITJ, I heard you in there. Jerry, good to have you with us tonight. Tonight's joke was, how do you tell a dogwood tree? And go ahead with your comments, sir.
I would say via Spark. Go ahead.
All right, we've got you in there by a Spark, and we're in the comment round, so go right ahead and go with your comments.
Oh, very good. I didn't want to jump ahead of others, but I just wanted to at least be put on the tail end of the list here. I didn't do a whole lot today. I had to go into Girard, and of course that was a real mess because of that paving project on Route 20. So if you've been in Girard, you know what I'm talking about. It's all the way from McDonald's all the way west to the country fair. So yeah, that was interesting. But anyway, got my yard mowed, and I just got one of the flyers for D-Day, and I'm going to try and get on their website and order a couple of tickets. One for myself, and there's a couple others I want to get tickets for in case they're interested. So, other than that, not a lot to pass along. So, I'll pass my best to everybody. KB3,
well, it's been a while now, and I still haven't been to it. I would love to go this year. Thank you for reminding me about that. Maybe I can go on their website and grab some tickets. I know they're free, but they did start doing the ticket thing just before COVID there and making sure everybody had it. I know that. But one day I will get out there to watch it. I guarantee. Because it's something I've kind of wanted to do ever since I moved up into this area. All right, this is K8PVL with the Wednesday Night Joke Night. Is there anybody else that wants to check in? Please call.
K8YQL Mobile.
K8YQL Mobile got you locked in there. Anybody else? Nothing heard. K8YQL. Chris, good to have you with us tonight, sir. And we are in the comment round, so tonight's joke was, how do you tell a dogwood tree? And go ahead with your comments, man.
Hey, Roger that. Glad to hear everybody on the net tonight, and glad to be able to check in. It's been a couple of weeks since I've been able to make the joke net, and better late than never, friend. And so, anyway, we're just doing some driving here. I'm actually a passenger in my truck for once, and it's kind of fun. I get to play radio, and I don't have to focus on the road. So, anyway, I don't have a whole lot from that, but I did want to check in and just say hello to everyone, and I hope that everybody's having a safe week. K8YQL Mobile, we'll send it back to net control. Thank you, Nemo.
All right, Chris. Well, always a pleasure to have you with us. Hopefully everything's going okay with you there. I did see some Facebook posts you made earlier this week, and my best wishes on things you're going through, and hopefully it all works out for you in the end. We can talk about that off net anytime. All right, this is K8PVL. I'm going to give one more call out before we get into the discussion round. Anybody want to check in to this week's net?
You're a little bit weak on this audio. Everybody else is good, kind of quite a bit louder than you. I get a little bit of distortion, but I can understand it. But you're down about half on the analog display of your level. So I just thought I'd let you know.
Right, very good. Appreciate that intel. Hopefully we can make some improvements here. This radio is not exactly as good as I'd like it to be, and I know there's something lost in translation between the digital to analog through the Echolink network too. But thank you for that input. So let's move on to tonight's discussion round. I've been doing a little bit of self-reflecting in the past couple of weeks, and I'm sure everybody's noticed I haven't been on the radio as much, but in that I've thought about changes I've made in myself there as far as how it's related to amateur radio and the things that amateur radio has done for me to keep me together a little bit. And so my thought tonight is I'm sure everybody's got a little bit of a story going along with that, with amateur radio. So tonight's discussion topic is how amateur radio has made you a little bit better of a person today than you might have been had you not gotten into the hobby. Let's start down here with, the list is a little goofy, but we'll start down here with Joe, K8DNF. Again, good to have you with us tonight. Tell us a little bit about maybe how amateur radio has helped you out there.
Here is K8DNF. Yeah, amateur radio for me it's changed me a lot. I've actually been able to talk to a lot of people, and then I've met a few people as well. So that was actually pretty cool. And what I like, my main thing I like about doing amateur radio is all the events and contesting that is going on. I'm actually working on getting my Parks on the Air Hunters Awards right now. I'm actually pretty close to getting my bronze award, so I'm actually working on that. But and I'm also looking forward to the events coming up here in June and July, so I can't wait for that either. But with that said, Nemo, I'm going to send it back to you. It's been a long day for me, and I'm going to be just listening out here on the stream there, or on the radio. I mean, yeah, you can tell I'm tired. But all right, this is K18F, and I'll get you down the page there, Nemo.
All right, very good. Well, without being too much into it, Joe, to be honest with you, from where I sit, and I know I haven't been in amateur radio for all that long, only a couple years now, but if there's a person that amateur radio has had a positive impact on and turned around in a lot of ways, man, it's you, and pat on your back for that, sir. Very good, absolutely. Let's move down the list here to Jerry, KB, wrong Jerry. We'll go down to Jerry, KB3ITJ. Great to have you with us tonight, sir. And how about it? Positive impacts amateur radio has had on you.
Well, thank you, Nemo. Well, I've enjoyed the radio hobby for some time. A long time before I even got into amateur radio, I did shortwave listening, and it was just so interesting that it stuck. And of course, I spent some time on amongst a group I called the Children's Band, and did okay there, but there was something missing, and I graduated to a friend of mine who was a long-time ham operator, and he was a great friend of mine, and there's another fellow and myself got our technician ticket while under his tutelage, and then I went ahead and got my general. Break for time. And it's just I like amateur radio. I can talk to pretty much any place I want based on what the conditions are, and have a lot of fun with it. And it just, it's just a whole other world from everything else. So, like I say, I enjoy it, and I wouldn't want to give it up. That's all. Go ahead.
Right, Jerry, very good. Actually, good comments there, and I agree with you on a lot of that. The amateur radio is a very fun, productive hobby, and to some extent there, at least production-wise. All right, Chris, K8YQL, I know you're relatively new to the amateur radio hobby as well. How about it? Amateur radio helping you become a better person and doing some personal growth. K8YQL, Chris, are you still with us?
Yeah, we're in here, Nemo. Pardon me. I kind of missed the comment round there. We're just driving and talking. Do you mind repeating it?
Sure. We're talking about personal growth in the amateur radio community and how amateur radio has affected you in a positive way. Go ahead.
So, K8YQL Mobile here, and I think that as far as personal growth goes, the biggest factor to me that's really, like, I think even changed my life is the people that I've met through radio. And the understanding of it, I mean, the more you play, the more you learn. And it's, there's a lot of stuff that's concrete, and it's scientific, and it's very straightforward. But then there's a lot of it that we're constantly learning. And we're fortunate to have an incredible community to do that together. And so for me, that's what it's really about, man. It's about getting together and learning together and trying to push the boundaries of amateur radio the best we can, and to help people, of course, right? And so, and also like the entertainment side of it. We love the nets and what you do, and I think getting my general was the time timing was weird. I wanted to get my general before I kind of forgot all the knowledge from my technician test, if you will. And on the flip side of that, though, I haven't gotten to utilize it. But even using HF, man, is just an incredible capability, and it's awesome that we have that at our fingertips. So, yeah, that's all I got. But good discussion topic. Like I said, sorry I missed it. Thank you for repeating that to me. And we are still here listening, man. Thanks again, Nemo. Back to Net Control, KE8YQL Mobile.
All right, Chris, good comments there. And next on my list, we've got Wayne, Alpha Charlie 8, Yankee Juliet. How about it, man? Amateur radio and personal growth. All right, let's try this one more time. This is K8YQO with the Wednesday Night Joke Net. Sorry about that. I had some technical difficulties. Wayne, Alpha Charlie 8, Yankee Juliet. Could you come back with your response if you heard me there?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you said something to me or not. I kind of lost you there. But anyway, I got exposed to amateur radio when I was younger. I was in Boy Scouts. I didn't do anything with it, but I was a short-wave listener for a long time, and I kind of got into this hobby a number of years ago, and I'm glad I did. I've made a lot of friends along the way, and I've learned a lot of stuff too. And it's a lot of fun. You get, just like almost anything else, you get what you put into it. That's really about it. 73, everybody. I'll set it back Net Control. Alpha Charlie 8, Yankee Juliet.
All right, very good. Yeah, sorry about the technical difficulties there. I had a power supply problem I had to take care of for a quick second there. I'm not sure exactly what that was about. But, yeah, you get out of it. What you put into it, that's with anything in life. It seems like there. And that's a good lesson to learn from amateur radio. All right, next on the list, we've got AA8DL. Drew, good to have you again tonight. And reaching out to us from Geneva. What say you, sir? Amateur radio and personal growth. Anything you got to add to that?
I think for me, the thing that makes me a better person is just the de-stressing, the unwinding that I use ham radio for at the end of the day, and then even sometimes during the day, just that buffer zone between work and family, and taking a little bit of time to just kind of transition and unwind and be a better person when you go out into the living room after a while. And that makes me a better person and breaks the time. I also like that it keeps me thinking and learning, and there's always something new. Like I figured out FT8 and all that, which was cool, and now I'm going to figure out DMR, which I'm excited about, and I plan on knowing CW by this time next year. So, like I said before, it keeps your brain, young and all that stuff, and hopefully fends off the dementia and those sorts of things. And again, I've met some great people, people who would give you the shirt off their back around here, so I think that's great. And I'll just end it there. So, back to that, AATL.
All right, fends off dementia and de-stressing. De-stressing is a good one. I like that too. I know I do have a lot of fun jumping on the HF side of things and just trying to make some random contacts. That does let me do something, especially in the wintertime. It helps break it up a little bit there. And the dementia thing, I guess I can agree with that, but I hear a lot of guys complaining over and over and over again about not having to learn code. I think that's a sign of dementia. Anyway, that's just a joke. All right, next on the list, Jerry N3EVT. Great to have you with us tonight, sir. As always, you're one of my favorite guys on the radio here with us on the net. How about it? Amateur radio, personal growth. What do you got?
Well, Nemo, I've been in this hobby for a long, long time, and so I will, trying to be reflective, I'll limit myself to the time I've spent here in Northeast Ohio the last few years. And with that, my interaction with some of the local hams has caused me to get more organized with regard to all of this radio equipment I have. So with their help, I have been forced to think about downsizing, and so that's been helpful. So that's a good thing. Now, when you talk about growth, I also end up going to breakfast with a lot of these guys, so I've put on about 2 inches, so that counts as growth. Back to net control.
All right, very good, very good. Yeah, some of those guys out there at the breakfast, they can eat too. And but hey, organization, that actually is a big plus. And I wish I could say I've gotten that out of amateur radio, but I'm not quite there yet. All right, next on the list, Dad, Dave, K8TIE. Good to have you with us tonight. Man, your amateur radio days goes back pretty far too. How about it? Amateur radio and personal growth? K8TIE, are you still with us?
Yes, I'm with you. He actually just had another transmit timeout. I don't know whether or not you're jumping in quicker, but then it falls out or what. But I have 2 of them in a row. How amateur radio affected me? Well, I came in the age when a lot of roll your own equipment was do it yourself. So I built my own 6-meter rig and was able to contact quite a bit of area with my technician license. It was the highest level license I could get because I could not get to the 13 word a minute requirements for the general at the time. But the advantages of all the VHF gave different various modes of transmission and things like that. And I actually got into lots of things. At my high school, the priest that handled the physics department was a ham. Also had an entire attic and back room full of World War II surplus parts that you could build your rig from. So I was in heaven.
W8IJC link.
Not the conventional, because the typical triangle display could not be run on my scope because all the my scope was a little bit faster. It was 5 megacycles, so it didn't have a way of disconnecting the vertical deflection plates and driving them directly. So I had to dream up another way of monitoring my modulation, things like that.
Right, well, it looks like we dropped you. Maybe went past the 2-minute timeout there. We'll give you one more shot. K8TIE, the last thing we were talking about was a scope setup. Right, well, maybe we'll be able to pick him back up in a little bit here. Let's move down the list to Ken. I know you haven't been a ham radio operator for long, but man, you're a good contributor to the community, and we like seeing you out at the meetings. K8YBN, how about it? Personal growth you're looking forward to in amateur radio?
Again, no, I guess not. I think it's warning me. Back to net control, KATIE.
Right, well, I think the Echolink timed you out there, KATIE. Let's move down the list to Ken, KE8YBN. How about it, man?
Yeah, KAYBN, yeah, Nemo. Yeah, this, as far as ham radio goes, I am on duty as far as that goes. Trying to figure out which one for Mobile, which I am right now on the Mobile. So I could do travel to Pennsylvania back for family and things. Eventually maybe I might get a base, but I don't just wasn't sure about going like that yet. But it's been a long ways from, of course, everybody started out with the old good old CB radio. That's back when you used to have a license. And my dad went down to tubes and years went on, so I've done it for a while just after I drove a semi-truck. But now I figured that's the way I look at the ham radio is that you don't much radio. Back to men.
Gentleman Radio, and I agree with you there too. All right, that puts me, well, that rounds out the list as I have it. This is K8 PVL with the Wednesday Night Junk Net. And is there anybody else that wants to check in? Please call KE8 PVL.
The Echolink is a beep about 5 seconds before the actual transmitter timeout. So that's why I gave a very quick, I got to get off for this. So I'm going to go back to KE8 PVL and the Echolink and the Wednesday Night Junk Net.
All right, K8TIE, we got you on that. Anybody else want to check in? Please call.
K8DNF, recheck.
KE8DNF, got you on a recheck. Anybody else? Nothing heard. KE8DNF, go ahead with your recheck, sir.
Hi, here's K8DNF. I just wanted to let everybody know. I don't know if you guys know that we do have a Discord server that everybody's been a part of as of late, and we do a live roundtable Sunday nights at 8 o'clock. If you guys want to join us to be on the roundtable, that would be great. The information is if you're in the Discord, you can actually join the Discord to do that as well. If you don't have a link to it, please let me know or one of us know, and we'll get you guys set up for that, and you guys can join us on the live roundtable on Sunday nights at 8 o'clock. And then that's it, Nemo. I'm going to go back to you, K8DNF.
All right, Joe, thank you for that. You know what? I appreciate you bringing that up. I keep forgetting to put that on the list of announcements, and I will make sure that I do that for next week. And we appreciate you making the effort to get that going and making that happen. It is the Amigos Radio Club Discord server that we do a roundtable on, and it's actually pretty cool. I don't get to check in on it as much as I'd like to, but I do get to jump in there once in a while. It's generally hosted by Joe and Sonny and Frank, and they do a great job over there. Anybody else who wants to jump in and do that, it's live streamed on YouTube also. And you know, as soon as I get the link going with it, I'll make sure that we get that on the Facebook page for the Joke Net here as well. All right, anybody else? One last call before I wrap things up here. Please call KE8PVL. I'm going to put a bow on it. Thank you, everyone, for being here tonight. What a great discussion we had this evening, and good joke tonight, good answers. Like Nick Tom NETT for the use of this repeater, as always, and those currently serving, and it's retired from service to our country. This is K8PVL. I'm going to return the repeater back over to normal amateur radio use, whatever that might be. We can do each other, everybody. K8PVL is clear.